I'm back. This will be probably on both channels today. Not that I have anything really important to say. I'm just feel like putting it on both channels. Yes, I'm clean shaven. Yes, I've got clear glasses on. I'm trying to get used to the prescription. I alluded to this before on my Facebook page. The optometrist, eye doctor, whatever he is, at the Indian Hospital did not do what I asked him to do. This eye is 2017 in the natural. This one, 2225. This one I'm a little farsighted in, and I like that because then I can see way out there. This one is damaged due to me being stupid when I was younger and leading with my left eye. I'm left-handed. I'm supposed to be left-eye dominant. I'm not sure there's a dominant eye anymore. Let me finish this. But they're taking some getting used to. I told him all I wanted was a clear lens in this side, and I told the folks at the eye clinic in Davis the same thing. I'm not faulting them at all. They're really nice people. And I wanted transition lenses so that they change dark out in sunlight. And they do that, but not if you're in a vehicle. So I'll be buying some clip-on darker lenses. I've got to measure these and see what size they are. I'll do that tomorrow. I've not been happy with one recent purchase, and I pretty much dismantled the metal detector. Very cheaply made, where it has element strips. What I mean by that, clear ribbon with wires in it going to different controls. What I'm going to do, since I can't get my old metal detector working again, I'm going to see what they've got at Harbor Freight. Maybe Saturday go down there and see if I can get one. I do need a metal detector. I've got tools scattered all over the parking lot here that have to be dug up, and the only way to know where they're at is with a metal detector, unless I see them like I have been lately. Like my friend Chris said, Chris Kimball, anytime you've got children, well, I've got grandkids, anytime you've got little kids, you're going to have tools show up missing. To them, it's not a tool, it's something to play with. And I understand that. Am I mad about it? No, not at all. It's just a minor irritant, and it causes me to have a few problems. I'll rinse this out later and go back to my favorite coffee cup. My mug. I've had more than a few friends on Facebook and elsewhere post that I seem to have a fart obsession, like gallows humor, fart jokes. I have 2 grandkids I call the fart gun kid. What's a fart gun? That's a fart gun. Got 2 of them. One's in the house. I keep one out here. You never know when I've got to shoot somebody with a fart gun. Anyway, Tigger, Benjamin David Jr., and my granddaughter, who's younger than him a little bit, Miracle Rose, both are fart gun kids. They go crazy when they get their hands on a fart gun. I actually have a photograph of Tigger with a cowboy hat, a fart gun, walking into the parlor with my dog Precious looking and going, "Oh no, what now?" Friend of mine, Kathy Smotherman, it was either Kathy Smotherman or one of those girls, my late brother and friend Michael Smotherman's sister, or nieces or grandkids. One of them made a comment, "Precious knows what's coming next." Well, looks like she knew. And speaking of my dog Precious, all 168 pounds of her, you talk about someone that can clear a room quickly, that is that dog. Doesn't matter what she eats, she can stink you out. And that brings me to this morning. I made 2 trips to Walmart. Both of them in the morning. I made a trip and then realized I'd forgotten some stuff. And I still forgot some stuff. I forgot toothpaste. I'll text my son Bo here in a little bit, ask him to bring a tube, and I'll reimburse him when he gets home. Anyway, let me get a sip. On the second trip, I have to use an electric cart to get around. I still do not walk well enough. I'm down to 1 walking cane, but I have some severe leg damage. But I'm on an electric cart. I'm rolling down the aisle. I went and I got spackle to patch holes here in the office, which over there on the guitar wall. I'll show that to you real quick. Over there you can see the guitars, and if you look you'll see where it's already had holes patched. But I had to have my son Chris, let's get back around here, had to have my son Chris I had him move some guitars over, reposition the yoke, which are these deals shaped like a Y that I screw into the wall and hang my guitars on. I had him do that. I had to. They were not positioned well, and because they were for a different batch guitars I had up there, so we changed it so they're not bumping into each other. I've got a very expensive guitar on next to the corner, and then I've got a guitar my brother Chris gave me, which is a cheap guitar, but I love it. Then I've got one a friend of mine sent me, Bonafide Rockstar sent me to try out. I tried it out, sent him back a recording. Then I've got a Telecaster. Then I've got a Stella, antique Stella. Then I've got a Fender bass guitar up there. And I've got one more on a guitar rest that the original cost $59. I gave it to my pastor, and then I got me another one, and they upped it. They're about $100 now, but they really play well, and I really like them. But that gets me, I'm going to get back to the story at hand. I'm in Walmart. I had to pick up some spackle, which I did, and I picked up some LaCroix flavored water. It's very lightly flavored. It's like carbonated water with a little bit of flavor. Linda and I really like it, and it quenches your thirst a lot faster, it seems like. So I got that, and I got a box of little tubes of flavored water so that my grandkids can have a flavored drink. And I got bananas and strawberries and blueberries and some yogurt. and a 4-pack of toilet paper, and I don't remember what else. And then I got back in the pickup, came home, and I'm out here. But while I was there getting all that stuff, getting back to the story at hand, I'm rolling down the aisle on the electric cart, on the electric go-kart as I call them, and there's this young lady, blonde, very, very shapely, with a very tight, full-length, strapless dress that she evidently did not have any underwear on, because you could see everything, including the upstairs package here where she'd have a brassiere. There was nothing. Very pretty girl. She's walking down away from, she's ahead of me, and I'm behind her, and all of a sudden I rolled into a wall of stench that it would shame my dog. It would offend my dog, Precious. It was horrible. And so I'm doing this, and I'm trying to roll, only I was doing it left-handed, and I'm rolling down, and she turns off, and if she happens to be going the same aisle I'm going to be going to, and I turn, and it's starting to abate slightly, and then there's another wall of it. I don't know what that girl ate, and she just seemed to, well, so what, you know, walking down through there. I turned off rapidly and I got away from it. Then I saw a lady that had a young boy in a cart. She was a dark-headed gal, had a few tattoos on one arm, very pretty young lady. And I said, "Is that your child?" And yes. And I said, "You're having a child is a holy thing. Thank you." And she said, "Well, he's 7, and then he's got a little brother that's 5 and a little sister that's 3. And she said he's special needs, and he was severely autistic." And I told her I have 2 autistic grandsons that are both over 6 feet tall. And I said, "I understand special needs." And I did a knuckle bump, so she picked his hands up to do knuckle bump. And I told her, "God bless you. I hope you have a great afternoon." She said, "You too." And then I'm watching as I'm leaving, and she turned and rolled into a wall of stench behind the black woman. Well, unlike me, she went over and started having a conversation with the gal. I guess to tell her if she can't contain it, go somewhere else. I don't know what she said. The blonde was really outraged, but she didn't throw a fit or anything, because I imagine that young mother would have docked her, would have punched her lights out. And the reason I imagine that is because that little 7-year-old of hers was gagging. And so that is my fart story for today, as strange as that sounds. But let me so I got out of that dangerous situation, got in the pickup, and came home, and I'm out here. I ate some yogurt with blueberries in it. Before I came out here, Linda's in the house feeding her pet and Nick's pet and my pet possum, Kitty. And it's going to sound strange, but I actually asked prayers for Kitty that she'd be okay. She was not too well this morning. And hold that thought. Yeah. but the little minx is doing better. It's a very small possum, probably not even 2-3 months old yet, and Nick found it at work, and she's doing better, feeding her bananas and strawberries, and Linda fed her some baby food, and I felt compelled to tell her not to give the baby food to that animal because of the preservatives. Also, don't give her tap water because of the strong amount of bleach they put in our tap water. So she's got a bottle of water that she's given her, bottle purified water. That is also a have-to deal. Sorry about all the interruptions, but I've got a limited amount of time I'm going to be out here, and then I've got to go back into the house. I need to do a run through on some cameras and stuff out here today, but all work and no play makes Tucklow a dull boy, I promise. And I've been out here most of the week during the day, so it's a good time for me to just break it off right now. And the office is pretty much clean. My grandson Walter still has some stuff to do out here, but that's okay. He can get to it tomorrow or Saturday. I think Saturday afternoon I'm going to impose on my son Nick, and he and I are going to drive down to Harbor Freight. After I load this up, I'm going to upload this. I'm going to be looking and seeing if they sell metal detectors. They might not. I don't know. I'll find out. If not, I can order one through Walmart. I'm not doing eBay anymore on stuff like that. I've had some bad luck lately, as weird as that sounds. I have. I very rarely, I've left in 15 years of shopping on eBay, I've left one negative review, but I left a neutral, and I've done that 3 or 4 times yesterday. The people were quick getting me the metal detector, but it is an absolute piece of junk. It's not worth trying to salvage. It doesn't work. I took the module apart yesterday. I had to use a Dremel tool to cut it apart because the screws that are in it were stripped out already before ever, and I've got every small and large screwdriver known to man, every driver, and they just wouldn't work. So I'll get one. I don't need anything exorbitant. I don't need a gold hunting metal detector. I just need one I can find some ferrous-based metal out in the driveway, so that I can get all the screws up, all the nails up, all the tools that are buried, so that my oldest adopted son Dale can come back, and I'll get a load of gravel in and we'll spread it, and that's what I need to do. Well, that's all I've got for today, guys. Remember, Christ is coming back soon. He really is. And you guys need to prepare for that. You need to. If you don't believe in Jesus, you better learn to, because you will when he gets here. Love you. God bless you. And bye.